Hi, this is Carolyn Kinane with the Contemplative Sciences Center at the University of Virginia, hoping to take just about 5 minutes to share my current thinking on larger values and vision for contemplative pedagogy, in part to frame and contextualize the publication of the Contemplative Lab curriculum that just came out. So currently, grown out of my practice-informed beliefs, my intentions and motivations, as well as my contexts and positionalities, I am currently defining contemplative pedagogy in this way, that it resists default educational modes such as producing and consuming information, functioning on autopilot, and operating from the perspective of an isolated individual. That contemplative pedagogy values the human beyond their capacity to produce and offers experiences of interconnectedness. So in my early explorations of contemplative pedagogy, due in part to the funding for mindfulness-based approaches, I found lots of material that focused on how building capacities for awareness and connection could help students succeed in the system of higher education. And so the field seemed interested in helping students acquire information, helping students use information in creative and critical ways, helping students manage stress and make healthy choices, and helping students serve, which is great. And I think we should keep doing this. I also want to complement this perspective. I am interested in how contemplative processes and practices can transform the system. And so the way that I want to do that is by being a more aware and connected teacher within a more aware and connected institution. And so for me, the hallmarks of contemplative pedagogy include educational experiences that value the innate dignity and worth of beings beyond what they can produce, which we can get at through a focus on process, that cultivates non-transactional relationships. You are worth more than what you produce. Being is oftentimes the place where transformation happens. Encourages awareness and inquiry of ourself, our own habits, our cultural habits, and offers experiences of interconnection to complement more competitive or individual experiences of higher education. And so this, for me, is about using my privilege to transform the system. So what could this look like? Well, I've published an example that folks can feel free to riff off of, adapt to your own contexts, download, repurpose, use to support the teaching that you do in your in whatever your discipline and your institution may be. And this is the Contemplative Lab curriculum, which focuses on awareness and connection. And I'm hoping that folks, like I said, adapt these resources. There's 20 to 25 exercises and practices divided into different units about curiosity, intentions, and moving with care towards challenge, engaging in reflection, that I hope can move the needle towards these values and visions for contemplative pedagogy that I currently have. So in order to counteract what I'm seeing as academic habits of perfectionism, transactional relationships, and productivity for both faculty and students, by the way, this lab invites us to notice disposition, to notice and inquire into individual and cultural habits. How am I being? How am I showing up? What are my habits of heart, mind, and body? How do I want to practice being? And so this is about awareness and inquiry, waking up from autopilot and choosing how you want to be moment to moment. The lab also offers lots of opportunities to be present with process. Here's where we elevate assets, exercise choice, value process rather than product. And for me, this is about recognizing the innate value of self and others. You are worth my time and attention and care for me to be present with this experience and be open to being transformed by it. The lab also features plenty of opportunities for reflection and meaning making. Here's where we engage in contextualization, collaboration, and metacognition. What have I learned about myself and my contexts? How have I and my contexts impacted one another? What changes have occurred? How will the experience affect how I move forward? And so for me, this is about interconnectedness. So as I said, the invitation is for folks to interweave these course materials with their own disciplines, to their own context, to enact the change that you wish to see in education. So thanks so much for your time, and I hope to hear from folks.